Ever since I finished this little book called Lonesome Dove, reading has not been the same. Last year, in October 2025, I began my journey into a book that would change my life. It became my favorite book of all time, Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. It surpassed every other book that I've read before, and it'll stay with me forever. The writing style, the word choice, the methodical day-to-day pace, the consistency and tone, and how it's authentic to the historical era of the Wild West, and my goodness, the most realistic characters I've ever experienced. Lonesome Dove is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now, when I finished Lonesome Dove, I was numb. It took me a couple weeks to find another book to read. I kept thinking about the characters and story, so many thought-provoking moments. And I kept trying other books, trying to distance myself from Lonesome Dove. I tried Blake Crouch and Shirley Jackson. And then I returned to my palate cleanser author, Stephen King. And I tried The Shining. And I finished it. And I liked it. It was fun. And then I finally dove into a brand new series that I've never tried before, The Dark Tower. I read books 1 and 2, The Gunslinger and Drawing of Three. And afterwards, I didn't quite know what I was going to read next. I tried Between Two Fires by Christopher Buehlman. Didn't really like it. Then I tried another fantasy book, The Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. I got 50 pages in before, nope, I can't handle this right now. And that leads me to where I am now. The Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. The second book in the Farseer trilogy. I'm about halfway through, and I love it. I'm enjoying my time with it, but there's something wrong. Every book I've read, or attempted to read, since reading Lonesome Dove, hasn't really hit on the same level that Lonesome Dove hit. Nothing really comes close. Is the problem Lonesome Dove? Am I subconsciously comparing everything I'm reading to Lonesome Dove? And I'm not saying every book I read needs to be a Pulitzer Prize winner or change my life in many, many ways. But these past couple of months, reading has just been so off and weird. I'm enjoying what I'm reading, or at least I think I am. I feel like I'm in a reading slump. Like I can't find that next book to fully get lost in. The funny thing is, the same thing happened with Name of the Wind. About 5 or 6 years ago, when I finished reading this book, no book after was the same. This became my favorite of all time. It changed the way I looked at books, how I viewed stories, how I appreciated the slow moments, the mundane in a story. And every book I read after Name of the Wind was not the same. I was intricately, purposefully comparing every book I read to Name of the Wind, comparing the writing style, the word choice, the rhythm and pace. I was so fascinated by Patrick Rothfuss and his writing style that no book was the same. Felt like whiplash, just trying other authors out, trying out their style of writing. And for about 6 months or so, maybe a year, I don't know, it took a while to find the next book, the next series to get lost in. And that series was Wheel of Time. And that was a fun journey. But it took some time. And I say all that because I think, whether I know it or not, I think I'm in the same spot. Now, with the books I've read the past couple of months, I don't think I'm purposefully comparing them to Lonesome Dove. And that's no way of living or enjoying things. especially reading, when you are constantly comparing one thing to another. When I dive into a book, I try my best to meet it at its own terms. See the book for what it is, rather than constantly comparing it to the previous books I've read before. And I don't think I'm comparing every book to Lonesome Dove. That's not the problem. However, what I've noticed with my reading, I haven't been able to really latch on to a book. Normally when I read a book, I'm able to kind of block all the noise out and fully get lost in that book. Get lost in the story. Get lost in the characters. I don't find myself jumping for joy to go read a book. I'm not looking forward to reading. Now, the act of reading is not an issue. I'm not dreading, following words. No. I'm just not excited. There hasn't been a story or a character to really care about and get lost in. Oh, but you say Royal Assassin. Come on. I should care about Fitz. I should care about some of the characters in this book. But I don't. And that's a me problem. Because I know this book is good. I've enjoyed it. I'm halfway through. I don't find myself savoring or appreciating moments in books. Slowing down. Taking time to ponder. I feel I'm just reading for the sake of reading. Just because I have a book on my nightstand. I'm reading it to read it. And I know you might be thinking, I'm making this a big deal. I'm blowing this out of proportion. I'm overthinking it. But to me, the act of reading is so important. It's a beautiful, beautiful joy in life. And I don't want to take it for granted. And I don't want to read for the sake of reading. I want my mindset and motivation to be right. I want to respect the books I read and give them the proper time and attention. And I feel like the past couple of months, I haven't been. Like I said, not every book needs to be life-changing and a Pulitzer Prize winner and a work of art, a masterpiece. But maybe Lonesome Dove set an expectation that I am subconsciously comparing everything to. Who knows? The past week, my wife and I went to Utah to visit family. It's a great time. Wonderful time to get away and read. But the funny thing is, I didn't really read much. And I told my sister about this problem I've been having. She suggested that I stop reading completely. Stop reading books. Just wait. Separate and give this hobby a rest. She said, find a new TV show to watch all the way through. Find a video game to play. Just stop reading. And I think I'm going to do that. I don't know what show to watch, what game to play. My wife and I may replay Baldur's Gate 3. I might watch Samurai Jack for the first time. Who knows? A lot of choices. I'm just in a different chapter of my reading journey. I know this will pass, and I'll find a new story to get lost in and appreciate. But for now, I think I'm going to take my sister's advice and stop reading books for a bit. Even if I'm not reading, I still want to make a video. Even if I'm not talking about a specific book that I'm currently reading, I feel like I can at least talk and share a little bit about where my headspace is at with reading and what I'm not reading and what I'm enjoying or what I'm not enjoying. But good news is I don't feel pressured. I don't feel like I need to read through a book to make you happy. I just want to drink a cup of coffee and talk with you. So why don't we do that? Hop in the comments and let's chat. What books are you reading right now? What do you like? What do you not like? What are you looking forward to reading? Thank you again for all your support and your time and your presence and your comments. It means so much. I have a few big announcements coming up that I'm excited to share. So stay tuned for that. Till next time.